all the communities across Nova Scotia, and for the most part across Canada, were required a few years ago to come up with a plan that looked at economic, social, cultural, and environmental sustainability. And most people did this as an obligation, and then the plan was done, and okay, on to the next thing. Some communities really had a good public engagement process to develop this plan, and fewer, but a few, have actually tried to implement the plan and use it as a tool to guide the development of their community. Bridgewater is one of the places that has done a really good job of this. And I haven't been keeping up to date, but they had a very good plan, a dynamic community engagement, and they actually have an implementation strategy and have a person working on it, at least half, maybe even full-time. Here in Truro, like everywhere else, there was no funds to implement this thing. We said that it had a unique model of community-driven implementation that we really wanted to focus on. So we eagerly applied for some funds and got them to drive this process from the community side. And that's when we began to realize this train, not everybody's on board this train, and not everybody wants to travel at the same speed. So our year one project became much more about building that relationship with the town and some other community partners and working in the box that they think inside to achieve some good things. Now, fortunately, we're able to receive some year two funds for not the same project, but for the next opportunity, which is to really build a community side of a coalition that pushes forward this plan. So the questions that are asked for conversation: what are the greatest impacts of our project? Collaborative relationships. That's the secret sauce in any kind of sustainable, innovative work, in my view, in a community setting. The actual initiatives that we were able to work with the town on doing, so we have in our plan a huge checklist and a grid, and people assigned to them, kind of like the action plan we did this morning, and they're very specific opportunities. And we've actually fulfilled some of those things with the town. So for instance, we have a big park here called Victoria Park. We now have a green space plan that's underway. We have what they're calling a management, I would like to call it a stewardship committee of citizens and government saying, these are the things we can and can't do and our vision for the park. We've got energy reduction strategies that have protocols in place. So there's a whole bunch of check marks. Yes, we did this, we did this. And so those are tangible achievements. We need to be learners. We need to be patient but not stagnant. We need to plan, but we don't want our plan to be the enemy of unanticipated opportunities. So not too attached to exactly here is our game plan. We need to constantly reevaluate, reassess, and adjust. We need to keep at it. We need to run with the ones who want to run and run away from the ones who just have their own agenda in mind. And we need to run with people who don't just talk and look exactly like we do. I mean, it's not hard to form a coalition of clones, and be a marginalized little group of, we're the enlightened ones in this town. You got to figure out how to deal with and talk with and work with people who have some different perspectives and language. Collaboration is the heat under the pot. Community is the soup. Try some adventurous ingredients. Innovation isn't just what is new. Sometimes it involves resurrecting things that have fallen out of fashion. So, for example, we could put an optical fiber system linking all the households in Truro so that we can have real-time conversations. And that would look like it's innovation because it's brand new and it's technical. We could also take the benches that are in the mall, and instead of putting them in the line, face each other so that people talk. And that doesn't look like innovation necessarily because, we all used to sit around and talk like that. But if we're not doing that now, and we have the technology to do it, that can be innovation too. It doesn't have to be something absolutely novel.